At Danner, we believe our beloved trails will always need footsteps to keep the paths from fading, and those journeys are often better when shared. The Women's Trail Trainer was built by women for women who embrace the outdoors. Rally your girls, lace up, and blaze the trail. Resurge midsoles provide next-level comfort, while Danner's Precision Fit technology offers more custom fit with optimal support. Breathe in the scenery and feel right at home in the dirt. Explore the Women's Trail Trainer at danner.com.
Auto insurance rates are on the rise, which is why you should call Vern Fonk Insurance. Vern Fonk could save you up to 20% on your auto insurance. The pros at Vern Fonk will do all the work, comparing different plans to find you the best options. And they can insure you over the phone. One call to Vern Fonk could save you up to 20%. Call 206-408-5094. 206-408-5094.
Remember to honk when you drive by Vern Fonk.
Restrictions apply based on a Q3 2023 study of Vern Fonk insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number 1070622.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you feel like a Bosch. Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
Welcome to the Men's Room Appy Hour, broadcast exclusively on Odyssey. Let the shenanigans begin.
Hope Charles, welcome to Men's Room Appy Hour. Episode number minus 12. Minus 12. Thank you for joining us. Probably still having a little bit of a hangover from Seattle Rock Day yesterday.
Major.
Right here on the Rock, yeah. Nothing but Seattle music all day, which was great for us because we didn't have to hear any Green Day or Linkin Park for 24 hours.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah. I like the Chili Peppers. I like a lot of Linkin Park songs. Green Day, not in my bag or my wheelhouse. I can deal with Offspring every once in a while.
Lenny Kravitz.
But this is me. This is my get off my lawn thing, you know. Yeah, it was good to hear all that music yesterday. Now, one thing you do know is that if you were listening to our program yesterday, we were doing some audio daily doubles based on interviews that we've had over 20 years of being on the station. The idea being, who is this? So on the Happy Hour, here's what I suggest we do. Let's play some of those clips we played yesterday and just see if we can remember anything about the interview. Because it's been 20 years. So, look, we have a hard time remembering what we did yesterday, let alone last week.
Sure.
So as far as trying to recall why they were there, what was going on, what were they there to promote? Was it a show? Was it, a charity event? I don't know. But Mike just started out. We'll see if we can identify the Seattle artist.
Sure.
The interview and what we were talking about.
Who influenced you guys? Was it what you guys were listening to, or was it a lack of what you were able to hear, maybe?
It was kind of what we wanted to do. I mean, we wanted to rock, so we started. There were some other bands around. They would do a rocker.
No, it is not.
They did a rocker, Bama Lama Lou or something like that. We thought, oh, God, that is really good. That's what we want to do. We didn't want to be jazz cats.
That is the Sonics.
That is indeed the Sonics.
That is the Sonics.
Well done.
Okay. From 1965 was their first hit, The Witch. That was Ray Allen, point guard. You might remember him from back in the day.
Jesus, Shuttlesworth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Sonics, basically, I do remember the interview. Those guys were kind of like the pioneer band as far as being more kind of like the Animals in that vein of music, but they were like the first kind of punkish rock band out of Seattle.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and they were getting back together. It was like a 50-year reunion, something of that nature. And they were going out, and you know, they were major influences. Like they were going to Europe. They were doing New York, Chicago, San Francisco. They were playing sold out shows, like the equivalent of the Showbox.
Yeah.
So they do have a pocket of fans that remember and like that band.
Absolutely.
So they were going out and they were doing that. Okay, so we're 1 for 1.
1 for 1. Here
All
we
right.
go. You ready?
The show went over an hour. You have like all the union people.
Oh, right.
And it was brutal because you had Bruce East Street Band accepting the award, like this really long speech, and there were people who like Clarence Clemens, right, passed away. So his like widow families are there accepting, and so you could tell like the producer people are like pulling their hair, like we got to keep this show going. And so if you looked at the back of the hall, there was a teleprompter, and so here's somebody remembering their loved one.
I guess they went to the Hall of Fame.
Please wrap it up.
So,
I'll tell you that.
Brutal.
That is brutal. That is
brutal.
Okay, that's Chris Novoselic talking about Nirvana being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and what that experience was like that night.
Right.
As far as all the stuff that was
I knew
going
they
on.
went to the Rock Hall, but I'm like, it's either Alice in Chains or Nirvana, but I don't know.
Right, and they were out there. They were playing a set out there. I remember going through this interview and trying to find that clip, and then there was a few others that were up there as well. And Nirvana finished by playing like an all apologies tribute to people that were up there.
They had
different
female lead singers go up and do Kurt's part.
Right.
So that was however many years ago that was. Probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
They
were the first out of the Seattle grunge era bands to get in. So they were number one. Then Pearl Jam went in after that. So Soundgarden, who are nominated this year, and Alice in Chains out of the big four.
Right.
So two are in and two are kind of waiting.
Exactly. All right, another one for you.
This is the first time that you ever appeared on the airwaves of KISW.
First of all, I don't think my balls have dropped yet or something, because when I listen to that, it's like, who's that? What was that? Now I sound like Lemmy. I'm just like, something happened there, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yep, that was Dave Grohl.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that we interviewed him during COVID, I believe.
Yes.
Because that was a Zoom interview.
And that was for the 50th anniversary of KISW.
Correct.
Yeah.
And in the audio was from the first. He had just joined the band, and the DJ Marco Collins. No. It wasn't Marco. It was Damon Stewart.
Oh, right.
He was the one who interviewed Nirvana at that time. So that was that.
Have you ever heard Damon's stories about those years?
I have not, no.
Oh, they're phenomenal. Like, he just talks about, like, right, there's like that famous interview or whatever that basically Nirvana already had a European and I guess Asian tour planned.
All right.
So while they're gone, it blows up on it. Smells Like Teen Spirit blows up. So, like, by the time they get back a year later, they're the biggest band in the world, right? So Damon's like, I hope they're still cool or whatever. And the way he told the story to me is basically like he's leaving work. They're coming in for some. Basically, Kurt jumps on the hood of his car and is like banging on the window, like, Damon.
Okay.
Yeah, but can you imagine, like, somebody just disappeared, or goes for a year, like, I got to go work overseas, and then you come back to America, to be like, all of a sudden, Howard Stern's gone. We are the biggest radio show. It's
like Jared Leto going into the woods during COVID and coming out.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What do you mean?
What happened? Here's another one for you.
Advertising is deceptive sometimes. Where it is kind of a bit sketchy is, the casual listener.
Well, bands have been doing it for years.
The casual fan is not really in tune with what's going on.
That's whip, isn't it?
Like anybody who goes to see a Skinner concert.
No.
And basically thinks that's Leonard Skinner.
Queensryche?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Still going.
You know what I'm saying?
I like Ricky Medlock, but he was in Blackfoot. I mean, let's get this straight.
We get people coming to one of our shows still, and afterwards they think that Parker is Chris DeGarmo.
Oh, Queensryche.
Wow.
It is
Queensryche.
That was Michael Whiff.
Yeah, that was. I think he moved down to Florida.
I know.
Last time I saw him, I talked to him. I think he took up permanent residence down there. And I think Todd Latour, the lead singer, he's already from Tampa.
Yeah.
So he lives there. And I want to say Eddie Jackson also moved down there. So the two remaining original members and the lead singer, I believe, all live in Florida.
Yeah.
Because Whip's kids
Mike,
grew
you
up.
got to hang out with Whip once.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know how to explain it. He gives off good energy. He's pumped. And, like, he's just super nice and, like, let's party.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very nice guy. All right,
That was back in 2013.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we're doing pretty good.
How about this one?
Seattle, of course, had a rich musical history, going back to the area, Bing Crosby, from Tacoma, where I grew up. And then, Paul Revere and the Raiders and Steve Miller and Hart, of course.
Geoff Tanny.
That is Geoff Tanny.
Jeff Tate from Queensryche. Yeah. They've done, even before Todd Latour came on, we had probably 4 or 5 things with Queensryche.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it was the Hard Rock, which I guess is closed now, did a thing there. They did Pain in the Grass one year.
Mm-hmm.
So we've
Didn't you guys? I don't think I went. Did you go when Jeff Tate was still in the band and they had the rock orchestra?
Yeah, I did see that. That was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's no way. I'm not even being mean. Like, it was bad. It's like if your kids were about 15 and said, hey, man, we wrote a rock opera. Dad, come down and check it out. And it was about the equivalent of that. You know?
No.
Yeah. We
it was
at
bad.
one point in time they came in studio, and then we went down. There was a little pizza place down the street from the old building. So Eddie Jackson and Parker and a bunch of people, we went down to they had like 4 bar stools down there at this little bar. And then the woman who ran the pizza place really wanted to fuck Steve.
Yes, she did.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever get like free calzones out of that or anything?
No, but you'd always get me free drinks.
Okay, all right. But they had a little bar in there. So when
I only got free drinks when I changed their kegs.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
you could.
Yeah,
But you asked. They asked. But we had, man, I was fucked up that night. I remember that one. By the time I got home, I was, Jesus Christ.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one.
So you play summer.
Duff.
That's
Going
tough.
and doing world tours, and so I'm always in. Not to say you kind of get beat down by the sun.
You know
all the
what?
time.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Look
you
at this.
do.
I don't want to hear that. I'm so sorry that you had so much sun for the last, year and a half. Right?
Instead of complaining about how much sun he's getting out there.
Yeah.
I believe that was the infamous interview that he came in with this very expensive leather jacket and then just immediately dropped it on the floor of the studio.
Rocking no sleeves.
Exactly.
Was his wife in for that one?
His wife was not in for that one.
Okay. All right.
She was in for another one.
Duff's 3 or 4 times, I guess, on the show.
I tried to find that one, but I think that was on one of the corrupted hard drives that I have on there. So I'm still trying to recover that guy. Yeah.
Because that's the one where Ted.
Hey, I'm surprised.
Ted was oddly quiet during this whole interview, right? And you were here.
Oh,
we couldn't
God.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So whatever. We go to break, take a couple pictures. Miles and I go down to smoke. We come up. Ted's like, I was holding it as shit that whole time.
Yeah. I must have gone out the night before. I think we taped it before the show. But Mike, you've seen it. Like, I'm just sitting here in the corner, like dripping sweat. Like, oh my God! In my head, it's just like, just end this fucking interview.
The guards are at the gate.
End the interview.
You know, man, I'm going to be honest with you. We've, of the people that we have interviewed, I'm happy with who we've interviewed. I would like to talk to Pearl Jam one time before rounding.
Just once.
Yeah, man.
I would fucking love to interview Kenny motherfucking Loggins.
Oh my God.
If we could get his
that'd be
ass.
dope.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. You know what's sneaky? A bunch of big corporations buying up local companies you know and love, gutting them, and keeping the name. But you know who's not a sellout? Pinky's Plumbing. That's right. Pinky's Plumbing's values start with their work ethic, honesty, how they treat their employees, and how they care for their customers. Bigger isn't always better, and that's a fact. You should know you're working with a locally owned company that truly values where they live and work. Pinky's Plumbing. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
And that would be, I mean, to me, that would be like, I don't know, that'd be up there, man.
You
like
think
Chris
he would ask
Cornell
for
up
money
there.
for it?
I'm dead serious. What's that?
You think he'd ask for money for it?
No. He did that Yacht Rock documentary, and, you know.
I just hope he'd be cool. Because
Right.
every once in a while, like when we were in Baltimore, there was a guy that played at Maryland named Steve Francis, played the NBA.
Jesus Christ.
And we were, I was so excited to get him on. And Mike, he just sucked.
He was a fucking
He didn't want to do it. And then before we started on KSW, we were doing the nights on the Buzz. We got Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's brother. Miles
ass.
was fired up about it. Same thing.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a good interview.
Damn.
Like sometimes you could just hear it in their voice, just like, all right, am I done?
Right? They don't want to be here
Like,
from the
look,
show.
are you trying to promote your show because you're doing a hell of a bad job?
So like Kenny Loggins, we love him so much. It's like, do we interview him?
I want to talk to Kenny G.
That'd be
I
another
want to talk
great
to
way.
Kenny fucking
What?
G.
I mean,
dude.
think about his life.
Dude's made more money than any of the other Seattle musicians.
Yeah, we've got a couple boxes to check. I think if we can.
Well, he was in downtown Seattle not terribly long ago. Was it New Year's that he was just down there playing for people?
I'm sure if we asked him.
Yeah, it was something like
I'm
that.
sure if we
cool.
asked him, he would do it.
Yeah.
I've heard he's a nice
why
guy.
the fuck not? What else is he doing? He's just bathing in money.
Yeah.
He's not like he's
Right there.
He's on a Malibu beach house, fucking just throwing money in the air, laughing at everybody who made fun of him. He didn't give a fuck.
He doesn't.
You know.
Well, every time you make fun of me, I get a royalty check.
All right, what else we got?
Which member of was snowed in his house without electricity, nearly starved, and had to be rescued by the National Coast Guard?
That's
a wild one.
That story has really taken a couple of layers there. What happened was I was deer hunting over the holidays in Oklahoma and missed the flight.
Jerry Cantrell.
Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains.
Yep.
Once you said deer hunting, I'm like, that is Jerry.
That's his dad's still in that area, so he goes home all the time.
I'm just sorry. When I look at Jerry Cantrell, I don't go Hunter.
No, that's
I mean the long flowing blonde hair.
Oh yeah, I mean
rock
maybe
star.
in a Ted Nugent way.
Yeah.
I get. You know what? You're right. I don't know.
If you saw him in camo, I think, and you saw him in Oklahoma, you'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I might get fucked in the ass. You know what I mean? If he's in all that gray camo.
Dude,
or
we should
tan
do that.
camo.
We should go to Eastern Washington and just take pictures of the four of us in camo outside. Like, what'd you guys get?
Hide
Like,
behind bushes.
nothing.
Not a damn thing.
We were just out
drunk.
Buzz.
We got drunk.
Actually, we got a green screen here. We can take pictures anywhere, man.
Oh, there you go.
You know, big game hunting.
get our boy
I can't
Tim
believe
on
you
it.
killed a lion. I didn't.
Okay.
Just green screened
Awesome.
the
We
man.
just have a dropped elephant in front of us.
You got any more in there?
You bet.
The idea is that, I'm going to be the best of whatever my position is.
Chris Cornell.
And then some amazing band is going to come along and they're going to put me in their band. And then at some point you realize that's never going to happen. and if you want a cool band that sounds cool, that has great songs, you got to sort of figure out how to do that.
Yep, that was Chris Cornell.
Okay. Yep.
Fantastic. How about this one here?
Were you one of those kids that was allowed to buy rock music or was like, this Kiss album is satanic?
Oh, no, I wasn't allowed. I mean, and it wasn't because it was satanic. It was just because it was crappy music.
Any guesses there? The problem is this is the only one that I had over the phone. I tried so hard to make sure that I got interviews when they were in the studio because the phone completely distorts any voice that's on there. This is somebody that we haven't heard from in a long time, and I doubt we could ever get this man actually in studio.
Why? Is that because he's so big?
No, it's just somebody that just I don't think he comes into the studios and whatnot. We might be able to get him in there, but I just don't think.
Play it again. Were you one of those kids that was allowed to buy rock music or was like, this Kiss album is satanic?
Oh, no, I wasn't allowed. I mean, and it wasn't because it was satanic. It was just because it was crappy music.
And it's a Seattle band or
Seattle
a
band.
musician?
We recorded it for the 50th anniversary show for KISW.
It was a Candlebox?
No, not Candlebox. Mudhoney.
Oh, no shit. That was Mark Arm.
Mark Arm.
Mark Arm of
All right,
Mudhoney.
okay.
Which I always thought Rick Allen and Mark Arm should change the names. I mean, wouldn't it just crush?
Oh, God. Last one I got.
Have you met any famous people along the way where you're like, oh, my God, this is...
I had a moment like that last year. I played this event called Love Rocks New York.
That's A-Ron.
That's A-Ron.
A-Ron Jones.
Robert
All
Randolph
right, we've had a lot of fun.
Robert Randolph from the Family Band was there. Gary Clark Jr.
Hell yeah. A-Ron Jones.
Okay, there you go.
Good times.
We didn't do that bad. Hopefully, guys, you can join us 1 week if you're getting this on Saturday, or I guess you get it on Friday, but 1 week, fuck it, April the 12th.
There you go.
We're going to be down at Muckle
Porky
Shoot
Pig in it.
Mud. Free show 2 o'clock with the new originals.
Buckle shoot.
The beers will be there, the sausage will be there, the salsa will be there.
Galaxy Brew.
I'm going to win some fucking money on a slot machine.
Are you, Miles?
I lost 100 last time.
Fucking money.
You can't bet on sports out there, can you? Could you bet on the final?
You can bet on sports. You can bet on the Buckle Shoot. You can bet on the horses too.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal: the other tribal casinos, you can't bet on off-track betting because the Muckle Shoot owns the horse track, so they don't. They want people going to the horse track.
If the final 4 is this Saturday, when's the championship?
Monday.
Following Monday.
Oh, so it'll already be done.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to pick something else.
You can bet on it, And if you get it wrong, you're really fucking stupid.
You can bet on hockey. You can bet on NBA.
All right, okay.
There's UFC fights that night.
Yes, there is.
I'm going to see if I can bet some money on our Edom Claw boy.
There you go.
Can you bet some money on that football league you guys want?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
You can.
Oh, they put the betting lines on the screen.
Yeah, it's up there, man.
They're with it.
Do you guys know enough to be able to get? If
I don't.
I think I do. The problem is, still, this will be what? Week
It's
2
early.
of the season. Right? That's like anything.
The stuff I've read, that's the big issue. Last year, they were like, we're going to put the betting lines. But even like real bettors are like,
we don't know.
We don't know these guys.
That's perfect.
It's very hard to set a betting line.
Right, that's right. There's a few teams that have some carryover, and I can name those teams, and I go, all right, depending what you see on defense, I would bet on them. But otherwise, right, a lot of these guys, they were in the NFL last year, or they were in college last year, or
they were in Canada.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't know. You gotta hope that coach got him playing well.
And
like,
it has to be a team. So there's some players that are very good. I'm like, but I don't know enough about the rest of the team they're on.
Well, and the UFL, or maybe it was the XFL a couple of years ago, but they actually on their app put some betting stuff on there. I don't know that you could actually win money off of it, but you could actually they encouraged betting on that particular league.
Absolutely.
So maybe that's the reason. It's just because it is that unpredictable.
It generates income too.
Saturday, April the 12th, 2 o'clock, absolutely
2
free.
o'clock.
Absolutely free. Stop by, drink some beers, and check out the new originals.
And hopefully you enjoyed episode -12.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Spring's here. Flowers are blooming, birds are singing, and allergies, yeah, they're back too. Sneezing, watery eyes, when they hit, you need a tissue fast. That's where Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues come in. Whether you're at home or on the go, Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues have you covered. Allergist-approved Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are gentle on your eyes and nose, so you can power through allergy season without missing a beat. Because while allergies are unpredictable, staying prepared is easy. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Smart Travel doesn't just cover points and miles. They break down all the financial aspects of your trip, whether that's the best days to book, how to avoid hidden fees, or which fancy travel credit cards pay off, and which ones are just an expensive flex. If you want your travel budget to work harder, then dive into the best deals, products, services, and more with Smart Travel from NerdWallet, wherever you get your podcasts.
I love the Marquette community. I think, it to me resembles a family of some sort.
You are coming to a place that is not only going to give you a great education, but I think it's going to make you a very well-rounded individual.
Especially because of the size, you can definitely find your people. I came in and it was open arms. While you're here, we're going to try to make you feel that same love and make this place home. We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
The brand new Grand Casino and Shoreline is now open. Step into the action with Vegas-style table games like Baccarat, Heads Up Hold'em Poker, Pai Gow, Blackjack, and High Card Flush. Feeling hungry? Feast on delicious Chinese, Vietnamese, and continental dishes plus breakfast favorites. Dine in or take out. And don't miss daily happy hours from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. to midnight. Grand Casino and Shoreline off Aurora. Open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. Visit GrandCasinoGaming.com. Welcome to the Grand Experience.